the last time on the language of magic, you guys had just come out of Madam Maven's personal collection of books, and your wizard made a little bit of a mistake by pulling something out that they shouldn't have. And Maven essentially called you out for breaking the deal with her. And almost chuckling to herself as she came up with this deal, she said she'd make a new deal with to more or less forgive the situation, asking you to better her town's economy, spend a couple nights in the town, and buy things from the nearby shops or from her town shops. She even gave you 1,000 gold gift certificate to spend in town. You guys more or less spent the session in a good old shopping session, purchasing various magical items, some armor, some ingredients. You even bought some matching robes for a couple of you, or cloaks, excuse me. You found the local oracle who spoke in, well, what I planned as cryptic language with metaphors associated with water and the tides. And it was quite challenging coming up with things like that on the fly. Note for myself for later. You've spent the night there in Hagstooth and reflecting on your recent adventures in the nearby town of Galleon and working with the hags, your fight with the Greenleaf girls, whether it was the group fight or that solo fight, and found yourselves a little more prepared for the future by leveling up to level 7. So we'll pick it up there the next morning in Hagstooth.
Hey, Thalar, I know we were enjoying the crawfish boil and all that. We bought that spellstorm ring, and inside of it, there's a spell called Legend Lore. Um, and Tango, I guess, should we use it to try to determine more stuff on the books, or should we use it on this violin?
Y- yes. I could use that damn spell on so many things.
I know, but we only have it the one time.
But someone's. Was it Arcus is going to have it at some point?
Eventually, he will.
Oh, that's going to be a bad day
Arcus
for him.
confirms. Arcus confirms he does have
I
it.
mean, do we can always wait and see if maybe the opportunity arises to use on something or someone else.
Well, I just think that
Or
you'd
are
be
you-
really
are-
good
are
at
you wanting
playing
to-
that instrument.
I mean, I am, and hope first. I guess I'll find out.
I think the idea was to get it out of the ring so that we could fill the ring up with new spells.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another
that's-
reason. Because
Hmm.
like it'd be really cool to pump in some low level like shield spells or healing spells, just for like an oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Or I could put a fireball in there, and one of y'all can play with fireballs.
This is true. What is the ambience doing?
It's making bubbly Hagstooth sounds.
I mean, we're in a bog. It's all bubbly around here. Oh, I'm sorry. We're at the shore view where we get a view of the shore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could use it on the blood violin. See what else we
The
can
only
learn
reason,
about it.
yeah, the only reason why I mean, we could, or we could also use it on the book we have in our possession too. Actually, the reason I suggested the violin first was because there's like a component to it where it could potentially fail, right? Let me see if I can't remember or recall really more about that spell. Give me one second. Do-do-do.
For legend lore or which?
Yeah, legend lore. So basically, we name or
Yeah.
describe a person, a place, or an object, and it will bring to our mind like an idea about it, like any significant lore about it, or any famous things. Um, it might consist of like important information or just like fun little tidbits, right? But there's a chance, depending on how well we describe it or how how detailed we are, like it might fail if we're not as detailed, or if it's not actually famous, and then in which case the spell could make fun of us by playing a sad trombone in our ears.
I mean, if it plays me a sad trombone, I'll play it a shrill.
I mean, sure, but
That'll get them.
it'll be used up until, because I think it's a fifth level spell, and I don't know.
Yep. It's a bard spell too, so I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, so I don't know when we'll be able to eventually cast it, even though, like, I think Arcus said he already has access to it. I don't know if he'll be able to cast it just yet. He might need more training. I don't know.
True. Yeah. Let's. I mean, the worst case that happens is we hear sad trombone music. I mean, that seems better than not dodging a fireball.
That is true. It's up to you. I'm gonna, and I basically hand you the ring. I'll let you decide what you want to do with it. You can use it on the violin, or if you think we might be able to get more information on these tomes of magic, maybe we might learn something that.
I I worry about the tomes of magic not being important enough. I don't know.
I mean, based on the everything we've been told about them, I feel like for those who are
Well, I
in
guess.
the know, I just wonder how much we were actually told by our benefactor.
Dude, yeah. Well, yeah. Let's do the books. We can continue to learn about the violin as I go.
Tango, does it sound good to you?
Yeah, yeah, yep. I think you guys should probably just pick one and do it. As long as I learn some cool lore about something, I'll be happy, because otherwise I'm going to just start suggesting all kinds of things, like that creepy oracle that lives under the water.
So,
Arcus will speak up and just remind you guys that detect magic doesn't pick up any magic in the books.
so I'm gonna I forgot I had this. I'm gonna cast augury and
Oh,
look for an omen on if I should legend lore the books. Wow, that's ugly. Holy crap.
Yeah, why would you do that to my eyes?
I'm so sorry. I did not send the table correctly. Ouch.
Okay, so in this is a good use of augury because you do get back a definitive, not too big, but a simple little. Whoa. Actually, in your head, you probably almost hear a whoa, whoa.
I feel like yours would be
Yeah,
musical.
you're right. Yeah, I don't think the books are a good idea.
You know what?
So I guess
I trust your intuition because it's never stirred us wrong yet.
as long as I keep not showing up, it will continue to not. Yeah, let's. I'll take the ring. 'Cause Simon, you have it, right?
Oh no, I gave it to you now. You'll need
Oh,
to
that's right.
attune
I
to it,
have
I
it.
think,
Yeah.
before you can. Yeah, I think you'll need to attune to it before you can cast the spell. But the spell is in there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think you're right. Yeah, I need to do it. So I'll attune to it the next chance we get.
DM, I have a question about that actually, because the components for this spell are like 250 gold. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
of incense, but since it's already stored in the spell, do we need to still use that? And the 4 ivory strips worth 50 apiece?
All right, so the way that would work, and this is why it's a benefit of having it in this ring, to have put the spell into the ring, whoever cast that spell would have had to have had those material components, and they would have been consumed in it. So at the time they were casting it into the ring, they would have had the strips needed, as well as the 250 gold worth of incense. Now that you've got the ring, you just get to cast the spell out of it, and you don't need those again. They would have been there the first time that the spell was put into it.
Oh, dope. We might want
Yeah.
to keep an eye out for the components going forward for this, but it looks like we get a completely free cast. Well, short of the money that it cost to buy the ring.
I mean, we did think it was an empty ring, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of a boon. Yeah, I'll attune to it and
All right. So Valerie two into the ring, and you're going to go ahead and cast it on the blood violin, correct?
yes, that is correct.
All right. Switch up just a bit. So, Thalar, you cast the spell. Takes a little bit of time. You're surprised. You don't normally take that long to cast a spell. Uh, you have to concentrate on a little while, and after a bit of time, you finish the spell, focusing directly on this violin that's in your possession. It's as much detail as you can possibly get, and you get basically visions in your mind that tell a story, and the way those visions kind of come about, it's as if somebody had quickly sketched charcoal sketches on uh, parchment paper, and it's almost like flipping those pages one by one. And it starts with a clock spinning backwards, and then a sun uh, rising into a night sky, and then moving towards dawn again and again, faster and faster, and then it's all just a blur, signifying time long ago. And you see a minstrel that's playing an instrument, that's dancing. Her name is Sophia, and you witness her moving about, witness her music, and then she goes home. And in her home, she's suffering abuse, absolute relentless abuse from their partner. And you see their face changing from this happiness to melancholy and sadness over time. And as the images move by, you can see that they begin praying. They're praying for release. They're praying for death. They're seeking an end. And then stepping forward, you see this shadowy cloaked figure, very indicative of essentially a reaper. You see the newly ascended god of death, who seems to be in the background and hear these pleas. And he doesn't wish to grant oblivion to them, but wants to help. This is a first for him. He seeks out how he can assist the person. And he goes out and commissions an enchanted violin. He does this himself. He doesn't use an avatar. He seems to shrink down in stature. He steps out into the world, makes a payment, purchases a violin, has the commission made. And once he receives it, you see him pouring magic into it. You can just see little words flash in this kind of canvas that goes by, where he's putting his domains into it. You don't recognize them. The domains are void, and then siphon, and then mortality. And as he does that black charcoal drawing of this violin and his hands suddenly infuses with a red light. He then takes it and offers it to Sophia, who accepts this gift. And the next time she's faced with her abuser, she plays. The violin's magic translates her accumulated agony into a physical crushing force upon their partner. And for the first time, he's forced to feel that raw and profound suffering that she's been feeling. And you see him begin to weep and cry and apologize for it. And then, in adverse to what was there previously, that melancholy and sadness slowly starts to change into happiness. And in the end, the two of them are essentially happy together as she plays the song, as her emotions and her happiness is shared with him. And eventually, they grow old and fade away. And the violin just seems to slowly get lost into time. And that's the legend and the lore behind the blood violin.
Wow. Yeah, so Phalar, as they're crying, um, will recount the story to the group and just add that it's the saddest, most beautiful violin that I've ever seen.
Well, I can't imagine seeing that yourself, but um, thank you for letting us know.
Yeah, this is quite the instrument.
Well,
Well, I
I'll
mean,
hold. I mean, we don't have to attune to the ring to cast and store magic into it, right?
correct.
So why don't we just kind of hold on to it for now since it's now empty, and then at the end of the day, we can kind of determine what we have left. I think we can put a total of 5 levels worth of spells in there, or a level 5
Yeah,
spell, or like,
right.
the-
A combination of that. Yep.
that's awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we
And
do
then
like
we
a
can
second and third if we needed to.
say that again. I'm sorry.
We could do like a second and third level spell in the ring if we wanted to.
Yeah, I could put in a fireball and we can put in like some healing spells or what have you. We'll figure it out though.
And we're Arcus is planning on keeping it, yeah?
No, actually.
Oh, he was just gonna I
Yeah,
misunderstood.
we were just gonna kind of fill it up and then we might set it aside and determine who wants to use it. I don't think anyone like we all wanted it, but it wasn't like a thing that one person said, I need this. It was more like a we need this and it's
Yeah.
gonna be a
Yeah,
group.
nobody was like it was more yeah, it felt like more of a utilitarian purchase on our part.
Mhm. I wonder if I could use my like sorcerer abilities in conjunction with it.
I'll say
Oh,
this.
I don't
If
know.
you want to, you could put a meta magic component onto a spell that you cast into it. But those meta magic points are essentially gone until they're released from the ring.
What can I apply them at the time I cast the spell that's stored in the ring? Like to
Right.
use
So
it?
right. So like if you use the ability to make someone have disadvantage on it, I think it's heightened. Like
Mhm.
if that costs a point, you would cast a spell with it into the ring, and then you would basically reduce your overall meta magic points by one until that spell is cast, and then you would get that one back.
Right, but if I cast a spell that doesn't have a meta magic opponent, like if someone puts in, um, I don't know, like if Phalar puts in Shatter, could I cast Shatter and apply Careful spell around it?
Ah, no. It's because the spell essentially is everything based on who put it into the ring, not the one that's coming out.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
So it'll use the spellcaster's save or attack DC.
Correct. Yep. It
Okay.
uses all the spellcaster stuff, which means that if you walked up to a high level wizard and they cast a spell into it, and then handed it back to you, you'd essentially be able to use their ability.
Cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Still, that gives us a lot of really interesting potential with it.
Yes, absolutely.
So in the morning, uh, Milo has done his best to kind of try to prepare a little bit of food for you all. It's okay. They are apples of various colors that he provides, as well as what appears to be. You think that it's a little bit of squirrel pieces. Not really sure, but he seems ever so proud of himself for providing a meal to his guests. You can eat it or choose not to. It comes, you cast your spell, you get a little bit of lore to it. A little bit of time has gone by as Filler attuned to the ring. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the town? Do you wish to stay here for another night? Do you wish to go and explore somewhere else? The world is a sandbox at the moment.
Um,
Are we free of our shopping obligations? Did we?
we're free of the shopping, but we need to stay one more night. Although the wording of the deal didn't mean that it had to be a consecutive night.
I mean, I'm inclined to just get out of the agreement as quickly as possible. So another night here, perhaps.
That's easy enough. If you guys just want to sit around, hang out in town for a day, you can. This morning, if you step out and look out, you'll see that the Greenleaf girls have literally got some bags that they've got packed, and they're about to start heading out of town. They'll kind of give you a little wave. At least three of them do. The little short one flips you off. But unless you,
Naturally.
of course. But if you guys will see a thing, they slowly start making their way towards the north of town. We don't have to, spend a lot of time over the day. If you guys just want to hang out and just tell me generally things that you would want to do, or just hang out, eat and drink and relax, start the next day, that's totally fine as well. But if you want to do anything in particular, I'm all for it.
I'd like to catch the.
Do you think we could find anything about the next place where the other location where that book is stored?
I don't think you got anything else. Tango was starting to say something though.
Did I not come through? Can you hear me?
You did break up a little bit, but I can hear you now.
Okay. I would try and catch the Greenleaf girls before they leave.
Oh yeah, easy enough.
I'll try and keep it short. Mostly I just kind of ask them questions about what their next plans are if we're ever going to see them again. Try and get some information about Iaclesthin, how their relationship with them is. See if I can't get any sort of insight into their exarch.
All right, 1 second. Let me pull up my own info here. Too many notes. This is one of those I didn't put in 20. Bear with me one second. There we go. Right. Yeah, so you go over and go ahead and you can go ahead and do a roll for it. Now you can use whatever roll you think would be appropriate. Basically, you're trying to get information out of them. I would assume you're not going over there and just going, "Hey, I want you to tell me everything you can about the dragon that you work for."
Right.
I would assume you would try to. You're trying to get some information from them for your own knowledge, but you're not being direct about it.
Correct. Very, very correct. Let me see. Would you maybe allow investigation? Just because my charisma skills are doo-doo.
That's fine. If you want to go ahead and basically be trying to use the best intelligent way you can to try to pull out a little bit of information, that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Trying to be smart about the wording and the questions that I ask. Trying to be friendly and just trying to make conversation while still pulling out little bits of information to kind of piece together.
Okay, that's all right. DC's not that high to get at least some information out of them. The little one's going to kind of ignore you. Just, again, she kind of just darts her eyes at you. And they have polite conversation for a little while. But although you've got the most experience with Blair, Rosie's the one that seems to be the one that is most likely to drop a little bit of information. And the things that you kind of learn over the course of a short bit of conversation is that they typically refer to their draconic patron as Lee. L.A. Lee. It seems that they refer to him as a he sometimes. Rosie will be like, "Oh, and he's very old," and you point to their token that's around their neck at one point, which is kind of this serpent that's embossed, and it's got these little green flecks in there, and they say she'll kind of mention the fact that the green is very similar to Lee's scales, that indicating he's a green dragon most likely. And the last thing that you kind of get out of them is that Lee's been having a little bit of difficulty. They haven't been doing quite as good as several of their others, as far as they can tell. He's been a little bit snippy. He's probably going to be a little disappointed that they didn't quite win this time, but they're going to keep trying for him. But that's kind of the general information you're able to get about Eccleston.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely leads to far more questions, but I'll try and not keep them held up for too long, and I'll probably just leave it at that for now.
You said they're heading north out of town. Is that the direction that we came from, or is that the direction to the bog that we're near?
The direct way that you came when you went to Hagstooth is you came to a tiny little like pier, and then you went through some woods, and then eventually found a road that went north and south. To the south was Hagstooth. To the north would take you to Dundagda, a major city. When you went to Galleon, you basically left town in a similar fashion. You went north just a little bit, but then very shortly thereafter, you headed west in a slightly northwesternly direction. And in your mind's eye, looking at a map, the bog that you're thinking about is even further northwest past the city of Galleon.
Okay.
After you are talking to the girls for a little bit, the little furry hand halfling elderly woman says, all right, let's go. All this talking, we gotta go back. Come on. And the way they leave, it's not really surprising to you guys. They take themselves out of town. You don't know exactly why, but they pull themselves basically about 100 feet outside the north side of town. And she goes, okay, let's go. And they all kind of reach into their pockets. They pull out some, you can see it in their hands. They have tokens very similar to you guys, and they just are gone.
Can I do a perception check, or can I check and see if I notice or recognize the symbol as one of the ones from the library?
A symbol, the symbol for their tokens?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
Oh, you mean the original Shoreside library where you had the two groups that were in there?
Yeah, I want to know if they were part of one of the two groups.
Okay. You would have. You don't have to make a perception check. It's their tokens were clearly shown on their neck on little strings, and it might have taken you a little time to know for sure, but Lee's token is definitely different from the other two that you saw. You saw a token of Kep and a token of Kothar inside of there. Kep's was like brass, and it was greening a good bit. It had embossed flowers on it, whereas Kothar had a black disc with a red claw on it.
And Kothar's was the one who his group was the one we fought, right?
Correct. The Z team had Kothar's on, and a group of teenagers, five teens, they had the flowery one around their necks, Keps.
I wonder how many dragons are in this to win it, because those aren't they weren't part of the group from the library.
That was exactly one of the questions that I was thinking.
Yeah. Has anyone sat down and read one of these books yet?
Before we do that, Tango, go ahead and make one more roll. If you're asking all these questions, and if you had that specific question, like if you were trying to get information about other dragons, then you might have been able to get a little bit more. If you tried to move it in that direction where it was less about their specific dragon and who else might be out there, you might have been able to get more. So go ahead and make one more roll just in case. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit more. You do hear when they're kind of talking about how Lee hadn't been doing so good lately. Rosie will drop. Oh well, those two copper dragons that work together. I don't think it's very fair that they get to work together as a team, as instead of just one. I mean, that doesn't sound fair, right? So, sharps the fact that there's a pair of copper dragons that work together as a pair in this. Hold on a second. Let's see what else they would know here. Looking at I'm double checking territories real quick. Okay. And they'll name drop one other that sounds like they're speaking about most likely a dragon. And they, when in that same conversation about the copper duo, they'll mention Kim, which is Kim. And I mentioned, oh, they might be a really pretty blue, but when I saw them, I still just couldn't help but just be a little bit mad at them. They indicate that there is a dragon named Kim, who is most likely blue, is at least what she thinks, and that they were female. And they too may have been having some kind of a conflict with their dragon Lee. As far as the number is concerned, there you kind of hint at, oh yeah, I wonder how many there are. Blair will kind of speak and go, oh honey, there's probably 10, 15, who knows? I have no idea how many. They never tell us anything like that, but I hear names. And so you get that little bit of info from as well.
Excellent. That's a lot of dragons.
I feel like we have a lot of questions we need answered.
Yeah. Every answer leads to 3 more questions. But
I think before we hand this book over, we have a sit down with Shil. But also, have we read one of these books yet before?
I don't read.
Yeah, that was really more of
we
like
just
the royal.
established that.
Yeah, that was really more like, well, I meant to say the royal we, but then I realized no, I was talking to like Phalar and everyone else in the group. Do we know if like Arsnip or Arcus? Well, not Arc. Well, I don't know. Arcus might have read one of these books and had no idea. So, do we know if like
friend, if you want me to read it, I'd be more than happy to read a book. I'll read any book.
Yeah, I think before we head back, if y'all wouldn't mind, I think I wouldn't mind taking a crack at reading just a little bit of one of these books.
Could be wrong, but I thought
I'm very curious.
read the first one, or at least had Sil read
I
something.
think he skimmed one.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't think anyone's sat down and fully read a book. I'll say that. But if somebody wants to, you can take the day here in town. If somebody wants to sit down and read The Serpent's Coil, that you have it on you, you are more than welcome to do so.
I mean, if we're not gonna go anywhere else and we're gonna just kill a day in town, I think there might be a benefit to reading this. I don't know what we'll get out of it, but I also am starting. I don't know. Maybe Tango's line of questioning starting to rub off on me, and I'm starting to have questions of my own.
It's good to have questions. You should question everything.
Yeah, buddy, that was the point of me saying what I said. You're rubbing off on me, man.
I mean, we just end up with more questions.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, what if we transcribe this book before we give it over to Seal? I mean, there's no, from what we can tell, right? Like, Arcus cast detect magic on it. And he didn't see anything.
Right.
So, some information on the books. These two, this one and the one that you handed into Syl, that was the Ballad of the Verdant Knight.
Mhm.
They both don't detect as magical. If anything, there's almost like a hole in feeling for magic around them. The only thing that kind of gives anything away to them is that when you open it up and you look inside of the outer covers, when you open them up, the inside doesn't just look like the inside of like inside paper that you would see inside of these books, whether it's a thick leather outside or a hardcover. But you get almost like maybe an optical illusion. It would seem like a very, very minor illusion type thing inside the books that looks like the night sky. Even if you try to detect magic and it doesn't detect as magical. But these books that you're finding are books that you can get in any library. That's different is these are like a first edition. There is something special about them. Again, you can kind of see it with the inside of their cover. But it's very possible that you could go into any library and find an exact copy of this book.
Hmm.
So it has nothing to do with the words?
It's almost like I wonder if it's like just a camouflage, and maybe the true nature of the books will become present or reveal itself when all of them are collected and put together, which is frustrating because now we don't know. I mean, again, just more questions.
Yeah.
I do want to spend some time though. Like, if we're not going anywhere, I want to go ahead and use Sendin. I'll wait till tonight to use it if we are going to go somewhere. But I want to check in on my family just because when we were in that town, that little shit made me think some pretty bad things and brought to light some concerns that I had about my family, and some things that my grandma has kind of let slip in her like ramblings. Um, Tango, I know you want to head north and try to just knock out that second book, but I do want to check and make sure like things aren't as bad as I fear they might be.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Like, we made some sort of deal with a powerful hag, and I am not going to mess with that. So if we're staying here another night to finish that deal, I'm okay with it.
Cool. Okay. Should we? Oh, sorry.
So let's just we can move things along. We'll say you're staying in town through the day, through the evening. You want to use your sending spells. You can use them in the evening. You can use them during the day. Do any of the three of you wish to try to read this book? If not, and you want someone to read it, I know that Arcus would certainly volunteer to read the book. And we can have him read it throughout the day, throughout the evening.
Tangle
If I were to
volunteer.
cast, oh,
I'll read the first paragraph. It'll take me an hour, and then I'll give up and try hand it off to someone else.
would I be able to cast sending and then read it, or should we just kind of
Certainly.
delegate that?
You've,
Okay.
you've got all day. If I would just say that Arcus with because of Arcus's backstory, like I know his backstory, he would read the book and he'd probably finish it in a day. So he can read the whole
Okay.
thing if you want him to by the next day.
Yeah, that works for me then. Besides, he's like more educated than I am. Like, I get by like just my personality. He gets by based on his brains. and his personality. He's a nice guy.
So Tango, you spend a little bit of time. You read through it, and it basically just slowly starts to explain what the book's going to do, and it's going to it's tells you that it's going to dazzle you with its amazing tales and its information. Take everything to heart because one day they're going to save you if you're ever in those Southern Isles. And it just kind of that first decent sized paragraph lays out an outline for what you could expect to see in the rest of the book. It is a little tantalizing to think you might hear about tales of these smugglers and pirates and raiding on the high seas and where ships could be stashed with their treasure and so forth. But you do remember this is fiction.
Yeah, and it took too long just to get that far. I don't know how people do this. I'll ask Arcus for the summary after.
Very good. Marcus, thank you, best friend. I will definitely tell all my friends what's inside of this book. And he sits down and begins reading it in the little tiny general area, the common room that's in Milo's Seaview Suites. He must do anything else before Simon commences with his communications.
I don't think so. The only thing I'll be doing is at some point I'll give 4 people heroic inspiration. I need to create a little tracker so I know who has what.
That works. All right, Simon. Who will you be talking to today, Simon?
I think I'm gonna reach out to Gigi first. Let me just. I'm still writing out and counting the words, so just give me. I'm so sorry. Give me like 2 more minutes.
Sure, no
Because I
problem.
want to reach out to her, and then I want to reach out to the Myconid, I guess, leader that kind of lives with them. Which I don't think we ever gave a name, but I kind of want to call him Uncle Mike, just because I'd be silly and dumb.
Okay, I've actually got a whole bunch of NPCs for there, so I can tell you. Let me just find them.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let me know when you are ready.
Oh yeah, anytime you're ready.
All right. Hey, Gigi. Are things okay at home? Your past messages seemed a little bit scattered. Also, I met a whole town of hags. Miss you. I think I might have been a word over.
All right. You get this back. Simon! Good to hear from you. I sure hope those hags didn't do anything bad like turn you into a frog. Everyone here is doing. And then it cuts off.
Give me 1 second. She's gonna make me use all my spells. All right, I'm gonna reply. Everyone's doing what? Question mark. Question mark's on a word. Sorry. Um, what is everyone doing? You mentioned that our friends were feeling sleepy. That's it.
Okay. A few seconds later, you get, oh, you didn't get everything I said before? Well, we're all doing good. Our friends were feeling down, but they seem to be doing.
Okay, I think she's fine, and I think they're feeling fine. So maybe I'm good. I want to use. Uh, uh, Taylor, I've got one more 3rd level spell. Should I put a fireball in the ring, or like a haste or a fly?
Let's go with maybe fireball, and I could do a 2nd level healing word.
That works for me. And I will put in a fireball.
You wanted to name the leader Mike, is that correct?
Yeah, Uncle Mike. I'm sure that's not his name, but that's what Simon will call him.
All right, it will be now Uncle Mike.
And actually, I'll use my 4th level slot just because I want to use it. It'd be fun. And I'm going to reach out to Astrophy because we haven't heard from him in a minute.
Okay. That works.
This is just me being silly now, but also I just want to check in on him. Um, Good evening, Astrophy. I hope you're doing well. We recovered a book, one of the tomes, and met a town's worth of hags. Okay, bye. I told him I was going to reach out and occasionally check in on him, so I'm just keeping up my promise.
You receive. Oh, very nice for you to speak with me. Thank you. Onyx as well. You have eased my final days. And it ends.
Well, aren't you a sweetheart?
I really kind of miss him, but also like at the same time, I just want him to be comfortable, and I don't want to bug him too much.
I bet he doesn't get a lot of interruptions these days.
No, probably not. But I guess that is a question I should have asked the answer dragon. I still have my question, but what happens to gods when they die? Like they don't know. And like nothing against antiquity, right? Like they're great, but I guess my question would be why can't astrophy work for antiquity and still live?
The answer dragon does not respond.
Well, I don't have a spell slot to reach him, so yeah, this was just me talking to Phalar.
Anybody else we
Anyway,
should try to contact today?
I am spent. I can't do any more. I've spent all 3 third level spells and a 4th level.
If you wanted to contact anybody else, you do have the ability to transfer your sorcery points into a spell slot.
Mm,
Up to you. Just giving
that's
you the option.
no, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do that real fast because I think that will give me back a 3rd level slot. Just burning through everything.
Tango's staring at you, Simon. He looks a little weird. You suddenly see one of his, a vein in his forehead pop out ever so slightly.
Contact Shil. Who's Shil?
I said the name 2 ways. It's my fault. It's his. I've been trying to stick with Syl. Is your emerald dragon? I've called him Shil too.
I just see the way it's spelt on the token. So I tried to keep the
Tango,
spelling right.
you'll hear in your head, "You okay, buddy? Oh no, do you have a burning in your nether regions? I knew that lady couldn't be trusted."
Did it work? Did you hear me?
No, your facial expressions were basically, it looked like you were either about to poop yourself or you were trying to get my attention.
Yeah, I was trying to do what you do and speak into my mind, your mind, someone else's mind. How do you do that?
I mean,
Can you teach me?
I can try, but my abilities are, uh, my family's born with it. It's in our blood. It's not something that I really learned.
Whoa. It's really cool, and I'm just jealous.
Well, I mean, like we can try to teach it. Like, who knows? You know,
I mean,
maybe
you can always
we can.
put it into the Ring of Spell story next time.
It's a class feature.
Ah, never mind.
Yeah. I mean, I could teach you how to use the message cantrip. Maybe it might take a long time, but you know, that's definitely helpful. But were you trying to get my like? Do you want me to reach out to someone for you? This is all like this part is all in his head.
Right. No, I was just practicing, trying to see if I could do it.
You know, you can use the tokens to reach out to Seal.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend them. I just felt like bugging him, really.
Oh, I didn't think it cost something to spend it. I didn't think it costs a token to reach out mentally.
Oh,
The range of 100
Yeah.
miles.
okay.
Oh, yeah, no, he's definitely not there.
Yeah.
You know what? I can reach out to him and let me do that. And you'll see Simon like guess I never thought about what it looks like when he converts his sorcery points, but we'll just say like he just starts like blurring a little bit and then he stops. Like he's just moving really, really fast and then he stops. Um, all right, I think I can do this one more time. Um, and I will reach out to Syl. And I will say, "Hey, boss, got the book. Still in town due to a hag bargain, but we are safe, and we found a new friend. Okay, bye."
Still responds pretty quickly. Oh, glad that you got a new friend. Maybe you could do something about the other one. He keeps visiting for whatever reason. But it's not that bad. It's not much of a problem, I guess. But he comes and visits his cat and visits your friend. And it's all of the thing. Really glad you got another book, though. Stay safe. Just keep it on you. Make sure that another party doesn't come and like beat you up and take it from you or anything like that. Looking forward to seeing you guys come back. If you need anything from me, just go ahead and reach out. And it's going on and on in your mind, and you're like, what? He seems to be able to break that limit, specifically in his response to you. But yeah, he goes on for a little while, and then it just kind of fades off.
Now that's just unfair, y'all. Like I'm limited to 25-word responses, and I just got like a dissertation from Syl. I'm low key jealous.
Guess
But
you had to be born as a dragon.
I wonder if there's a way I could become one. Like, wouldn't that be cool if we could just become our own dragons?
Yes.
That's what I want. Oh, anyways, I take it our friend Fred has been popping up very frequently in Pester and Seal. Um, Probably should have reached out to Fred, honestly, but I think he's got a mental block. We could try looking for a cat that needs a home and then collar the kitty here, which would summon him here. But also, everything seems fine. He just wants us to be safe. He's happy we found a new friend. And there was something. Oh, he said, "Don't let anyone else take the book from us." So I guess we should probably be on guard duty again tonight. And I know that Arcus has the ability to cast like um, alarm. And I probably shouldn't have run through all my spell slots, but you know what? I still got some second levels. It's fine.
What's the worst that could happen?
You know, probably shouldn't tempt fate like that, but also, yeah, that's a good point.
Is there anything else you guys wish to do this evening, before you settle in one more time at your amazing Seaview Suites hotel?
Um, I'm good. I still have two uses of sorcery. Like I still have two sorcery points left, so good for me.
Just something we can really quickly glance over. But I just thought I'd mention it. I think at some point during the day, if there's extra time, Tango would go for a walk and can introduce himself to some of the random people around town and suggest that they go shopping at
Scab and
yeah, just try and promote the
Brag.
shop a little bit because I think we said we would.
Well, we said we, yeah, and then we told her that we would Or she asked us to tell the girls that they were doing good, but she didn't say which girls, and we did tell Scab and Grime, so maybe that finishes that.
Okay. After you've done your best to read some of the book there, Tango, you go off and you want to mingle with the people of it. You look around for a little bit, and one of the first people that you run into seems to be a human woman. And she seems to be accompanied by something. And you hear the noise first. You hear this dingling, 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 and you look as she's kind of clumping around on the little various wooden planks that make up their quote unquote roads. And you see this woman with a goat. And as she's kind of walking with it and leading her goat by the little, small little rope, the goat's got a bell dingling from its neck. And you see she's talking to somebody. And as she's getting a little closer to you, she clearly seems to be talking to the goat. And you're not sure what language she's speaking. And she kind of locks eye contact with you and looks down at the goat, and she says something again, kind of in a language you don't understand. And then she just grins this big grin and has, not the best oral hygiene, as she kind of smiles at you and cocks her head to the side and looks down at the goat, looks at you.
Okay.
She just stares at you for a second.
Y'all should go shop at Grime and that shop over there. Nice to meet you. Okay, bye.
She's like, I'm speaking the common, okay? Yeah. Pricey shop. Carrot? Carrot? She doesn't have a carrot on her.
I don't have a carrot, sorry.
Oh. It doesn't have a carrot for you. Too bad. Okay. I think I again, she starts talking in a language you don't understand to her goat. The goat just kind of stares forward. Roll a little perception check while you're having a conversation.
Okay. Again, didn't mean for this to be a thing.
For the briefest of moments, as she seems to be saying something to the goat, you see the goat's eyes kind of glow for just a moment. Then you're not sure if you actually saw it or not, as it looks like a perfectly normal goat as it kind of bends down and gets some mossy grass and continues to chew it. And she just just walks past you with the goat and wanders off.
I'm starting to like this town, but it still scares me.
That's a fairly typical interaction of what you'll experience over the next little while as you go around and kind of meet people. Everyone's a little bit quirky, but no one's mean or anything to you.
That's good. I'd probably get creeped out after 3 or 4 encounters and then go back home.
Right. You do your best to kind of follow the requests of Madam Maven. Head back to your inn. Anybody else wish to do anything with the day?
I want to pick up some thieves' tools. That's it for me, I think.
You'll be able to purchase those without any problem at the magic item shop. They have I believe you're hearing us mention this. They basically have this slightly is almost like a bag of holding, but it's like an extra dimensional space where they have almost all of the regular adventuring items available that they're able to kind of pluck out for you. So yeah, at standard price, you'll be able to purchase some thieves tools.
Okay.
Did you also end up getting one of the cloaks?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I have the mantle of spell resistance.
Oh, gotcha. They also sell robes, but this cloak that I bought here, um, it's a lucky cloak. Do you want to go take a look at that store or no?
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be bad.
If I remember correctly, I think it was 500 gold, but her work was beautiful.
Yeah, I just need to.
Yeah, so Sliver was the hag that sold that. She looks quite frightening. Blue skin, red hair, seems to be slicked back. But as you speak to her, she's very shy, and she's got robes and cloaks kind of all over the place. Phalar, if going into the shop, you would recognize that she does seem to weave with spider silk, and all sorts of various colors and patterns, but she tends to weave in a slight, like a little bit of a webbing type style to her stuff. Sometimes it's very subtle, sometimes it stands out a little bit more. And I know that Simon and one other purchased
Darren.
green, either cloaks. Darren purchased green-based cloaks or robes, kind of similar to Tango's green-colored armor, and they sell for 500 gold. They are magical, very very minor magical, and if you purchase one and wear it, it requires attunement but doesn't take an attunement slot. And they provide you essentially one luck point on the similarly to the origin lucky feat. If you have lucky, you get one additional use.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which is good because you can force someone to re-roll if they hit you with a critical.
Yeah, I think Taylor will look for one that matches the color of everyone else that has like the most obvious spider web patterns on it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She's got dozens of them in there, and you can find one and two different styles if you're looking for kind of a robe that you would put on. They're very very light and airy, wouldn't restrict your movement. It's like they're designed to sit over anything, even including armor, bulky, thin framed, sit nicely. And you have either an option of one that's mostly white with kind of a heavy green silken pattern, or one that's mostly green with a white, webbing on it.
Do green with the white webbing, and then wear it on top of my mantle of spell resistance.
Okay. So yeah, you could do that. Again, it doesn't necessarily take a slot. It's designed just to be kind of a little extra. So you can get a cloak that would sit kind of on top of your mantle. Well, the robe as you said, but pick up the cloak. So yeah, it'll just sit right on top of it, and you guys all look fairly matching. Those of you that have them.
It's almost like we're a team. We need to find an embroiderer.
I'm really liking the web motif, and like I'll have truffle just sitting on my shoulder.
I'm going to put a little thing just so we could say we have these. I'll probably make some art for it at some point. I'll show this. This is in your items area now. lucky cloak robes. So you can purchase these from Sliver and Hagstooth.
Okay, awesome.
That's Sliver. She looks spooky.
I remember, that gorgeous gal.
So you can go ahead and knock off the gold and have that purchase. All right. Anything else you guys would like to do in the town?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. You
Yeah.
guys have your long rest. Simon, in the middle of the night, you can't help but wake up and look above you to see a face. Well, not really a face, more like a silhouette. A little bit of moonlight is trickling in from the window behind you. And this silhouette stands above you. You see horns going off the back of their head. And you can't make anything out. It frightens you and startles you awake for just a moment. And then they shift their position ever so slightly. And you see Milo kind of straddling you in the night. And as you stir, he's got, oh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Just tucking you in, friend. Just tucking you in. And he like seems to be tucking a blanket underneath you. I'm sorry. Oh. And he backs out of your room.
What the hell? Can I? Thank you. Um, can I check my belongings? And then can I check on Arcus? Because he
Sure,
had the
yeah.
book.
You check yourself out. It's fine. Arcus is asleep. He's got the book. You look over a mile. He doesn't seem to have anything of yours.
What's going on, buddy?
Oh, I just like to make sure my guests are comfortable. Sorry. You do remember he has done this to you guys a couple times previously.
I mean, you're okay. You just scared me. I almost punched you in the dick. I'm so sorry.
He looks mortified at that comment.
And nothing. It was just I was dead asleep and I got woken up and like, unfortunately for me, like us tiny folk when we get woken up in the dead of night, normally it's not a good thing. Um, I'm glad I didn't punch you, and I'm sorry for potentially punching you. Um, but thank you for tucking me in.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He
Don't you
grimaces a
sleep
little bit.
though? Like it's like super late.
I take lots of power naps. I sleep all the time, but when my guests are here, I gotta make sure that they're okay, taken care of.
Of course we're okay. You did such a good job. Are you okay, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I gotta just make sure that everybody's doing really fine and okay. He gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, well, thank you. Um, I'm gonna go back to bed, but if you need anything, just let me know and don't wake me up straddling me, because I don't want to end your family line.
He smiles and nods.
And I'm just gonna go back to bed.
Takes a little time, but you fall back asleep without too much trouble. Morning comes, and you all complete your long rest. You check over your stuff one more time. Nothing is missing. Arcus will mention that he did finish reading the book early in the evening. Didn't feel anything. It was just an interesting tale, and he basically gives the same summary as the one that's in the handout. But he didn't feel anything. Nothing seemed to happen. It's just a book like any other interesting novel written long ago.
Hmm. Well,
Alrighty,
thank
guys.
you for spending time. Oh,
I got to drop, but I wish you guys well, and I'll talk to you next week. And Fulst, I realize my character sheet's 2 levels out of sync, so I will work on that this week so that the in-game character sheet is correct.
Cool. I gotcha. And if you can rejoin, by all means, hope to see you. But otherwise, talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Yep, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, guys. Day starts. You're when you wake up. One other thing too, as you kind of walk out, you feel a slight weight lifted off your shoulders as you realize or not as you realize, but as you actually feel that your agreement with the hag is lifted.
Oh, that feels good. Before we leave, I'll find Milo, uh, and I'd like to like leave him a tip. Um, I don't remember what the amount was per night, but I am gonna just leave a platinum for him. And then also tell him, if you're ever, uh, oh my God, why can I not think of the name of our town? DM, what's our town's, our city again? I'm so sorry.
Torrington.
Torrington. If you're ever in Torrington, you should look us up. And, if you ever get a vacation of your own, and I'll give him our address. I don't know if that would help, but
Oh, thanks. If I'm ever there, I'll do it. Maybe he
yeah,
gives you like finger guns.
cool. Yeah, no, I mean, like, we don't have a fancy inn, but you could come visit us, and I'm sure we'd have a room for you to stay in if you wanted.
He just has a big smile. Okay. Yeah. Well, stay at another person. That'd be really interesting. But then, who would take care of the suites? The place might go to shambles if I'm not here.
Well, just remember that you are allowed, you know, to take a vacation. And I'm sure the ladies around here would take a look after the place. And it wouldn't be forever, it'd just be for a little bit. But that's up to you, buddy.
If they know how to take care of it, they wouldn't. Oh, but it would probably come back to be just a big mess. Oh, okay. Anyhow, safe travels to you.
Um, and I will wave goodbye. And did we ever establish that we gave Arcus the tokens? Or enough tokens to get back with us?
You haven't. He's also not an exarch of your empire.
Oh no.
Yeah, we gotta go the long way. But we got more work to do here anyway.
Yeah, you wanted to head north, didn't you?
We're here.
Yeah, but we're here with the book, and I'm just worried that it might. I'm worried it might get taken from us.
Well, then we should put it in a place it can't get taken. Do we have one of them fancy pouches with the extra dimensional space in it?
I mean, yeah, we have a bag of holding, but I mean, if anyone catches on to what we're looking for and they know essentially what we have, couldn't they just turn it inside out and dump everything out? Sorry, hold on.
Maybe. Wonder if there's like an extra dimensional mail system.
Tinga, you would know this with your background. There is one thing that's may come into play at some point. You know of a company called Eternal Holdings, and it's essentially a worldwide banking system that uses all sorts of extra dimensional holdings or extra dimensional spaces to hold on to things. It's basically a bank that's very expensive, kind of exclusive. Your family probably has access to it, but not necessarily you, like your father would, the matriarchs in your family and so forth. But that kind of thing does exist in the world.
Interesting. So more of a bank that would just hold on to things, not so much immediately deliver it from Hagstooth to Torrington.
Correct. But one of the common things would be, it's like instead of a shared bank account, you would have a shared bag of holding as a possibility.
Gotcha. Okay. What about this, Simon? Here's an idea. One of us just uses our tokens that we have to... Well, we should contact Sil first. Tell him one of us is... gonna pop by, deliver the book, hand it over, and then hopefully he can send us right back. Teleport or something like that.
Let me reach out to them and find out, and I'll cast sending. On Sil. Good morning, boss. Got a question. If one of us brings you the book, could you teleport us back to the others? We're near another one.
You get back. I can call in a favor from a friend. Tell you what. If you see a little circle appear in front of you, a magic kind that sends you in a teleportation type thing, just drop the book on it, it'll come straight to me. How's that sound? And you recognize you can respond.
That sounds great. Would you be able to confirm you got the delivery of the book?
Oh, sure, no problem at all. Just a second. Let me talk to my friend Rick. It'll be just a moment. And where are you right now as you're talking to him?
We didn't establish that. I would like to say we're a little bit outside of town because I don't want to do this in Milo's.
No, that's totally fine. It wasn't that important. Just how you perceive this. So within about a minute of you talking to him, you're outside of town, perhaps just a little bit to the north of it on the road, and somebody in the group will notice. You look to the north up this road, and it's strange. Moving at incredible speed, you actually see what appears to be like a teleportation circle, literally moving along the ground as if it was like the shadow of a teleportation circle. Like imagine they think you made a teleportation circle out of a physical item, and the shadow of it is suddenly zooming, and it stops right in front of you.
That's some fancy ass magic. I tell you what. And I'll take the book and I'll set it in the circle.
I do, and it vanishes, and you see the circle then just kind of zoom away along the ground. It doesn't follow the road anymore. Just you see, it goes up just a little bit, and then veers off and starts heading in a somewhat northeasterly direction, and it just is going over foliage and through the trees and so forth. And after a few moments, it's out of your sight, and you get a message. Oh yeah, I got it. I'll take a look at it. Looks like it came through. I owe my buddy Rick a favor now, but that was certainly easy enough. Thank you much.
Thank you. Sorry. Hopefully, I didn't get you in trouble with the favor.
No, he's a nice guy. He doesn't mind. I thought I might do him a favor at some point.
Cool. Well, hopefully, we'll be back with another book. Talk to you later. And I will tell Tango, because I just realized I probably did all this in my head and not out loud. Still got the book. I want to learn that spell.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, I probably should have told you what was happening um, before I just took the book and dropped it in a random circle. But he got the book. He now also owes his friend a favor. Not sure if that's going to come out of our paychecks or not, but yay! Now we can continue on our journey.
Awesome. Yeah.
You hear a few seconds later, Simon. But no, I'm sorry, I can't teach you that spell. It's not even my spell. Rick's like the only one that does it. He's got kind of this copyright on it. I don't know where he got that from, but oh, sorry, I won't be monitoring you. I wasn't doing that on purpose. Sorry, I just made a connection, and the connection was still open. I heard you thinking. My apologies. I'll close it. I don't want you to think that I'm like listening in on your conversations. I don't do that until you guys reach out to me, and then anyhow, good luck on your adventure.
I'm going to follow it up real fast if I still have the ability. Totally fine. You can always reach out to me and listen in whenever you want. I'm an open book, as you know. But we'll see you soon-ish, depending on this next location.
All right, you don't get a response this time.
Okay. He totally accidentally had the line left open.
Oh,
Good thing I didn't say anything incriminating.
wait. So it's a
Yeah,
line.
apparently that's his. I'm sorry?
It's a line that like
Well,
connects you?
it's like a line of communication.
Oh,
So
not a physical.
that's what my family always called it, like when we would talk to each other in our heads.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just trying to understand how I might be able to like use that in my future practices.
Yeah, just think of it this way. Like when I use my ability, I think about the person I want to talk to, and then I use the voice inside my head to connect.
Oh, whoa, okay. That's dangerous.
But that might not work for you. It's different for all of us.
Yeah.
It's really hell on us when like my mom and dad have a new kid and that kid takes after, our family lineage. Because then you hear the crying in your head and outside your head. And that just gets a bit noisy.
I can imagine. Oof, I don't even like being on the same boat as a kid sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I mean, it's the noisiest quiet place you'll ever be in. It's very interesting.
Well, anyway, I'm kind of glad to hear that super impressive spell was not one of Sil's, because I was going to be kind of concerned. Like,
Well,
it sounds like what you explained last night with your message spells. He seems to be able to just go on and on without that limitation. And now I thought he was doing crazy magic. I thought maybe he was getting a lot stronger with that first book, and if we give him a second book, he's going to come up with something even crazier.
well, something I noticed in our first meeting with him and Viridian is, and maybe I'm mistaken, but it seems to me like the air ancestry, like their draconic ancestry, is more mental, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're just really good at mental magics, or psionic magic. But I always thought green dragons were, I thought like poison or acid or something.
Yeah.
Scylla's emerald.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Syl was. Is it emerald?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, that was right. Yeah.
But
He's emerald, not green.
yeah, but I think he's like a gem-like dragon, and I don't know much about them.
I mean, I guess I don't either, but I was kind of curious with all of these other dragons that seem to be involved. That what little I do know about dragons is that usually they, like the metallic dragons, can oppose the chromatic dragons or not work so well together. And it's strange that some of them do seem to be working together, or at least get along for some of this.
Well, I mean, just because your history says one thing doesn't mean that your reality is that, right? Like you might be predisposed to something, but that doesn't mean you're going to become that. Maybe there's more to this whole.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot more.
Yeah, there's more going on here. Um, it is interesting. Um, and again, I would be remiss if I didn't say that I was not a little bit concerned about, I guess, being chess pieces for a dragon. Um, but so far, he's not done any wrong by us.
It's true, and I've also been noticing that we're not like the only ones. Each of these exarchs seem to have their own pawns, their own crews, their impocs.
Yeah, have you noticed there's like a theme?
A theme.
Well, like, so in the library where we got the first book, there
Yeah,
was like the, I don't want to, this is going to sound really rude. Um,
you'll
but
have
there
to
was
remind me
like
because I
the,
was away for that session. So
no, not that library. I mean the first library, like
that's
the
what I
very
mean. Yeah,
first
yeah.
one.
I missed that one.
I thought you were there.
Tango was there,
Um,
but I was not.
oh, gotcha. Um, yeah, like the first group, there were two different real groups. There was a group of teenagers that belonged to one dragon, and then there was a group of, I don't want to call them like,
They're the Z team, right?
yeah, they were a little rough,
Steampunkish.
a little more crass. Um, I mean, that's where Phalar got their hat from, but
Oh,
like they were unsavory. That's the word I was looking for. They were a little more unsavory, like as a group. And then Lee's X arts are a bunch of old ladies,
they were
which
delightful.
makes me wonder, like, when people look at us, what do they see?
A motley crew, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just kind of want to know what our theme is, or if we even have one. Like outside of the whole green spiel, I think that was a lot of us just kind of taking inspiration from you and also from Sil, but from you because you got that fancy green armor. Um, ah, Simon gives a 1,000 yard stare. But also, I'm kind of worried. Like, I wouldn't, I would be lying, Tango, if I didn't say I was a little worried because normally before we go on these adventures, we try to do some level of research and preparation. And we're just kind of diving into this next one, and we don't really know much about it.
You're not wrong, and it's good to be concerned, but like what we did know about it, even before we got here, was nothing. Like it was an unknown thing until we asked. Oh, who did we? Was it the Answer Dragon?
Well, we got the location from the Answer Dragon, and then Sil sent us here, essentially, kind of like he said we could go anywhere, but he was hoping we'd go here. Um, and actually, now that I think about it, you're the one who got us the most leads. You started talking, chatting up Blair and the Gold Leaf girls, and you started talking to Calamity Jane. So maybe we just need to let you off your leash and just go have fun.
You have me
So I'll
on a
make it.
leash right now.
It's figurative. We try to keep an eye on you because you just wander off.
Well, that's because I get bored sometimes.
I mean, my point still stands. Just want to make sure you're okay and you're not, wandering off into oblivion.
That's fair. That one time I did wander off, I got absolutely wrecked by a big undead. That was scary.
Well, I had actually forgotten about that. But
All the other times, though, I've been totally
yeah,
fine.
well, yeah. I don't know if I would say totally fine, but you worked it out, and I'm proud of you, and I have faith in you.
Well, thanks, buddy.
So I think Simon took notes. So I put the summary back up there, which you're talking
I
about
did.
with your. As Tango remembered the Bog of Cullen as a thing, you remember that what they said was that the location was unknown, but the location of the library is known to a head that sits in the bottom of a well in the Bog of Cullen, formerly known as Shannon Estuary.
I see.
I might need to apologize for. I might need to apologize to Seal, but this could give us the lead, so we may not get a book. Um, and this is also the final book, so we're kind of skipping ahead here, aren't we?
Well, I don't think there's necessarily an order. Like, the very first one we got was the 5th one, right? Or,
Uh,
no.
I don't think so. I don't think we went to
These,
Theshaden, did we?
these are in a different order than my personal notes.
I don't know. The first one that we got is number 2 on the list, right? Isn't that is Sill's full name Questiltenden?
Correct.
I totally butchered that, y'all.
I
But yeah, so we got the third one on this list that I just pulled out of my pocket. And then we'll immediately burn. Um uh so technically I guess the next one would be going north, but it would be nice to know where the final location is so we can give that information to Seal so that they can start researching and we can put our library folk on it and we can maybe go ahead and start on the 4th one or the 5th one. Just any of the other ones that are outstanding. But yeah, let's go talk to a head.
All right. I wonder if there's like some sort of way we could ask, like what Phalar did with that spell and augury. If it's a good
Yeah, I
idea
mean,
or a bad idea to go to the Bog of Cullen now rather than going back and finding more information about the Library of Ignorance.
that's a good idea. I do have that spell as well, and I will go ahead and cast it.
Excellent.
And so Simon will just sit down in the mud, and he'll just ask
So you
the out.
you
Oh, go ahead.
yeah you ask about the outcome of that, and in your mind you kind of you could get both as a kind of as an option, which is neither good nor bad, but you get kind of a wee whoa. So you get the feeling there's a stronger wee than there is a whoa to it.
I don't know if this is gonna make sense to you, Tango, because it kind of doesn't make sense to me. But I got kind of a good feeling and a bad feeling. But the good feeling was better than the bad. Like it was louder. Like you have two voices, like one sitting on one shoulder and one sitting on the other shoulder, and the one on one shoulder that was good is all like, "Yeah, do it. It's totally fine." And the other one's like, "But wait, there might be trouble." Like a slight little whisper.
Okay. So, one thing I've learned about having multiple voices in your head, you should always listen to the loudest one. Because they're always the one having the most fun.
That's true, especially with my family. Because trust me, if and when I take y'all home, you will have lots of voices in your head.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I guess that's.
We're off to
I guess we can
the
still
Bog of
go. We need
Cullen.
to be wary though, because like maybe the like the like don't do it voice was just like warning us of potential trouble.
True, true. I did ask that oracle about things we might encounter there. And what did they say? Sea is calm, movements can create wake. So it's like it's a calm place. It should be relatively safe, so long as we don't put a
Make
canoe
any
in the lake.
splashes? Well, I wonder if she meant like, when the water surface is tranquil and calm, like any dip or movement creates ripples, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if us meddling might kick something into gear that we'll need to be mindful of.
Yeah, I mean, no way around that. We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, we've got two books. There's one that's accounted for in another Dragon's Forward, and then the rest are just kind of out there. Um, I say we go. I say we go check it out. Also, we're not too far from the Silver Spire.
True. That was another thing I was thinking about the other day. I meant to ask you, these, oops, where is it? Where's my notes? Flowers, things that we were supposed to find. Black lotus honey and harmonic ice. Did we ever find out where those might be found? I feel like I've asked that before and I just don't remember.
I don't think we have. I think no. I think you might have asked the Answer Dragon. No,
No.
shoot. I'll have to go through my journal to find out.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
think
2 seconds.
if I asked anybody, it would have been some of the magic people in Torrington. Because that was when it was still fresh on my mind. But I was also thinking, like, how important is it that we get these items and get them back to the Spire? And what happens when we do this? Do you get more powerful spells? Do I get more insight into my strange psionic abilities?
As you were leaving the spire, Ildebode, who is basically the head of researcher, he asked if you could, get those items, but he did also tell you that he basically asks everyone to do that because the spire produces an item called citricylene, and there are a few components to it, and those are two of them. They're a little more rare, but they're essentially like he will pay you money to bring those in. But they do produce citricylene routinely. In fact, people go out and sell it. Shil has purchased it. And it just has various effects, usually improving psionics in some way.
Gotcha. I do remember that now that you say it again. But they never told us
Maybe.
where we would find said items.
If we
That's
did
correct.
find out, I don't have it in my note.
Okay.
I do remember one of the items is up north, though.
Yeah, I feel like the ice stuff is probably up in the icy parts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe where the Library of Ignorance is. Maybe we'll find some there.
Maybe, but we probably need to go ahead and I still feel like we should do our due diligence and let's just go talk to this head.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, a little bit longer trek home, but we make our way home. And this time we don't have an active, not an active. We don't have a book to worry about.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
I like it. I assume we're already on Arcus's phantom steeds and are galloping in that direction while we have this conversation.
Okay, all right.
establish that.
Yep, that's fine. Arcus will go ahead and conjure up his steeds. And here's my question to you guys. As you guys are galloping along, you'll pass through Galleon again. The town is getting back up to normal. It seems to kind of be operating a little more similar than a regular town as people shuffle by. They seem to be going about their daily lives. If it weren't for the fact that their flesh is kind of sloughing off, it would seem like any other town. They wave to you as you pass by. They seem smiling, especially if they have flesh over their mouth. But yeah, you pass through without any issue whatsoever. That giant undead that pummeled Tango into a pulp. At one point, he's just kind of lumbering through the middle of town. You pass through it. He waves. A little girl pops into view, sitting on his shoulder, and she waves. You guys pass through and continue heading that northwesternly direction. So a question you guys get to determine: what order would you say your riding of the horses would be? Who'd be up towards the front? Who'd be up towards the back? You guys are the ones that matter in this case. But give me that general riding order. Be single file, magnificent seven spread like the flying V. How would you guys do that?
I'd probably be real close to Tango since we're having this conversation as we go,
Yeah.
just kind of talking back and forth.
If the road is wide enough, I think maybe like a two wide. Maybe me and Simon in the front.
All right.
If Simon's cool with that, anyway.
Yep. Turns out I did have mate, or for some reason, my character sheet doesn't show all the spells that I have.
Oh, that's good.
And I don't know why.
I did notice some new things on the jump gate spell sheets like today that weren't on this last week. There might have been some weird update that lost a few things.
All right. Well, as you guys are cruising along, remember these horses move very, very quickly. Let's see here. It's not going to matter. So the way I'm going to, because you guys are the ones that are here, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to adjust that order ever so slightly because Darren usually likes to go in the front. I'm going to put him in the lead. We'll have Parsnip next to him, you guys following up, and then Phalar and Arcus behind. Get moving very, very quickly, and eventually your path is less of a road, and it's much more swampy bog. But your horses glide across it like it's no problem. And as you guys are kind of having this conversation, not paying that much attention to you, you can see a good bit around you. You can see the town that you're expected to go to, not too far off in the distance. When something kind of happens, And the order would be very specific if there was the entire group, which is the two of you. We'll adjust this encounter ever so slightly. As I was saying, Darren and Parsnip, they are in the lead, riding on their horses, and they wouldn't be able to make any kind of a reflex save as you suddenly see them thrown back off of their horses. And it's as if they've hit something, and you look and you can see there's a net that has caught each of them. Being a little bit behind, if you would please, Simon and Tango, if you could give me reflex saves to essentially try to slow your horses down to not get caught in whatever it was that poor Parsnip and Darren were caught in.
Would that be like a deck save?
Dexterity save. I'm sorry, I just went 3rd edition.
You're fine. I was like, I think I know what he's talking about, but let's just ask. That's a fail. Oof.
Okay, all right, so this will be an interesting start. I'm going to move you to the map. Hopefully you guys can see.
Yes, sir.
As you guys are cruising along, you've been moving in the general direction of this way. You can see, hopefully you can see where I'm moving, showing Phalar is moving. That's the direction you guys are headed.
Okay.
As you're running along, nothing is around you, and then wham, you are hit with the net. It's as if it was there, but invisible, and you collided with it. And as soon as you do, what you see that was essentially holding these nets are green-skinned imps.
Right.
They were sitting invisible. The little nets were invisible. And you guys essentially just plowed right into it. And you hear them kind of squeak off. Now, what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to adjust the encounter in such a way that poor Darren and Parsnip that are caught by the nets, in fact, everyone more or less was just caught by these nets. Some of these imps are going to be dealing with the rest of the group, and a couple of them are going to focus on you two. So again, like I said, I'll adjust the encounter for the two. If you guys could go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Find my character sheet again, because it just minimized.
Put them in the right positions to where they would have been. Okay, you guys look around you, and there are imps scattered all about. These oddly green-skinned imps that are kind of, as soon as they seem to catch you in their little trap, they seem to be giggling and chattering amongst each other. You notice that on these imps, several of them, they look fairly normal to what you've either seen in a book or heard from or what you would expect, but you notice that two of them, one over closer to Darren and one closest to Tango, they're actually wearing armor or something like armor. It's basically metal that's been kind of bent around them, looks a little tarnished and dirty, but it clearly acts as some sort of an armor to them. And they seem to, as you fall, and you guys are both grappled by a net right now. It's sitting kind of on top of you. You will have to use a bit of an action to get out of this. They start having this greenish, sickly-looking glow start to form on their hands, around their eyes, and so forth, as they stare at you all. Let me pull up a net just to make sure that I have the correct things needed for it. And Tango, you will be the first to go. Let's see here. Okay, to escape, you basically need to take 5 feet. Okay, and take a. Oh, here we go. Let me just paste this in. So you can begin by kind of taking an action to get yourself out of it, taking 5 feet of movement. Make your athletics check, or you can attempt to attack and damage your net. But at the moment, you guys are kind of stuck.
So are we grappled or restrained? Restrained.
Let me put. Yes, you are considered restrained until you escape.
And restrained would limit. Does it limit casting spells?
You have disadvantage on dex saves. Your speed is 0, and attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, but nothing against spells. No.
Cool. I'm gonna make this fucking interesting.
Have to use the wand.
Yeah. Look towards the end and be like, hey, what's the meaning of this? Let me go right now. I'm such a powerful magic caster. You're gonna find out. And I'm just gonna point my wand at him and fire it.
You hear them.
Caster.
Oh my god, not again. Nothing happens at the chosen point of origin. Instead, you have the stunned condition until the start of your next turn, believing something awesome just happened. This wand is amazing.
Okay.
27, I got him.
Man. So Tango, you point your wand out, and it's as if you've heard of a wall of force. You know what a wall of force is. You see a wall of force suddenly spring upwards. You didn't know they would look like glass that suddenly shoots up and seems to bisect all of these imps in a straight line. 4 of them down, just like that. You got this handled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The imp's going to go. The bog imp here. Again, the others, your friends are all kind of engaged with them as well. They're starting to tussle with these imps. As I open up the dang character sheet, the 2 of them kind of look at each other. One of them hears like caster, and he holds a hand out towards you, son. After scooting back just a little bit. And you see this sickly green ray extend from his finger and shoot towards you. He gets a 23 with his poisoned ray.
That's gonna hit.
All right, you take 7 poison damage. In addition, you can see in the description, if you are hit with this poison ray, you're going to become vulnerable to poison until the start of this bog imp's next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 7 damage.
If I unalive him before then, I'm still vulnerable, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Noted.
And he flies up just about 10 feet up in the air. Yeah. So the kind of sounds that he's making. What do you wish to do?
Um, Give me a second. Let me do a measurement. Now, if I did this, I would end up hitting.
You'd hit yourself, but that's it.
I would hit Phalar and Parsnip.
No, not you need to have at least half of their square covered to hit them.
Okay. I'm gonna careful spell. Bard's Black Tentacles. And just
Before you cast it, I will warn you that all the imps are currently flying.
oh yeah, shit. Okay. Good save there, DM, because I just wasted a spell slot, and that would have been really funny. And sad.
I wish I could have warned Tango that he'd roll a 23.
Okay, in that case, I am instead just going to I really should cast Mage Armor, but I did not. So, fuck it. I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray. I'm gonna shoot the one that hit me first. So I'll hit him with 2, and then another one on this guy. Wait, was he the one that hit me originally? Who hit me originally?
The one that hit you is this one here.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to shoot 2 at him and 1 at him.
Okay, first 2 to the one on the right, third one to the one on the left.
Yeah. So 13 damage.
Did you roll the attacks? Oh, you rolled the attacks. You did.
Yeah.
You have advantage as to why?
Oh, fuck. Why do I have advantage? Because advantage was selected from the last time we played. I'm so sorry, DM.
No problem. Because you would actually have had disadvantage because you're currently grappled.
Yes.
So the 16 one does hit, and the 19 does hit the one that is armored.
Okay.
But the 14.
Do you want me to reroll with disadvantage instead?
No. We just use your current rolls, and we just take the lower instead of the higher. Easy enough.
Okay. Well, what if? Also, let's just say my bonus action, because I forgot to do this, is just use my innate sorcery, and then that way it'll get rid of the advantage disadvantage, and it'll be just flat rolls going forward.
Yep. I mean, okay, that works. Same rolls either way. You're actually, you know what? I apologize. The little ball game does have an AC of only 14, so they do actually all hit.
Okay. So 13 to the dude that hit me, and 2 to this guy.
Right? You pelt them with their fire, with fire, and it singes off of them just a little bit and kind of bubbles, but they so it doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage to them.
Okay. And I'm able to move even though I'm restrained because I still have to move 5 feet, or would that be spending my action to move?
You have to spend an action to do a strength athletics check of 10, plus use 5 feet of your movement to move out of it. Otherwise,
okay.
you're currently your speed is 0 because you're restrained.
That makes sense. Okay, cool. That would be all of my. That's it. That's all I can do.
All right, the little one's fluttering down over here, kind of close to you guys. You hear, "My mom help me," and you recognize him casting a spell.
Which one?
That one there.
I will use my scroll of counterspell.
Okay, you quickly whip out your scroll counterspell. And he needs to make a con save. So let me make sure I do it right this time. And, well, let's just make it, and then we can double check what the save is. I'm pretty sure he's going to make it with a 25.
Yup.
Sorry. You attempt to counterspell him. And he's just as you see him finish counting spirit guardians.
Oh shit. Okay.
His spirit guardians. Yeah, Tango knew it was coming. It's a DC 16, and
Okay.
it deals poison damage. Tango, you're going to feel a little icky here. You're not sure how. I mean, you just bisected all those imps, so that they're not doing it. Something near you must be making you feel a little bit sick. Oh, shit.
Simon's down. Because I'm
Simon, how many?
yeah, Simon's down.
Did you level up?
It did.
You have more than 30 hit points, right?
No, because I have a 0 modifier in con.
But you still have the dice roll for the sorcerer level, so it should at least be a minimum of 4 more hit points, right?
I mean, it does it automatically, but yeah, I just let it do the. I don't do the roll. I just do the automation for the
Because
automatic ones.
you had 30 at level 6, I thought.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'm still like 19 doubled is still not gonna be whatever. That's over my max. And I took
But
9.
okay, right, okay, but it's not taking you down to negative 30, right?
Oh no.
Okay, so let's double check what your hit points should definitely, because I could have sworn you should have been at least at 34. Oh yeah, that was it's a wisdom save, not a constitution save. So go ahead and make the wisdom save. Because that one you would have advantage on, if I'm not mistaken.
I do. Did I not do it? There we go.
Okay. That's great. That's fantastic.
Simon almost died.
You're going to take 18 damage because you save for half, but then it's doubled. It becomes 9, double to 18. Tango takes 19, and you're not unconscious. It's 0. You go unconscious. But if you had the first hit had taken you down to 10, and then you took 40, and you only had 30 max hit points, then you go to dead instantly. That's why that was very important. Okay. Great. Good. Okay. I've never seen a Spirit Guardians roll that high before. Tengu, those imps that you killed, they are suddenly back. One of them has this aura of little poisonous green imps flying around it. And another one is close to Simon. And you see Simon in desperate situation, seemingly poisoned and underneath this net now, is just like yourself. What do you wish to do?
Yeah, they're back, and now I'm mad. To hell with this stupid net. Is the net restraining both me and Simon? Like, is it one single net?
It's 2 different nets, one on each of you. It just like the way that the encounter is working. Essentially, there were imps waiting invisibly with a net, just literally holding it, and you guys plowed into them and your horses.
Got it. So if I take the attack action, I can use one of my attacks to try and cut through the net.
Yep, correct.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that, trying to just pull my great sword out, struggling, but use it as I try and unsheath it from the magical sheath to slice that net open.
Yeah, it's not a problem in this regard. I'm not going to even make you roll for it. You can't miss it. So yeah, you just take one at part of your attack action and you just cut the right through the net and are freed.
I could have missed because it's AC 10, right?
That's fair. It's fair. I would think you can't possibly miss, but sure.
Very close.
You cut through it.
Okay.
You tempted fate there.
Yeah. So now I'm free. Now that I'm free, I have my movement back.
You do?
Okay. Go up to this guy. How he's flying, but how I can still reach him.
Yeah, he's flying right about 8 to 10 feet up, but he's still just within your reach. He needed to be close enough for the Guardians to hit you.
Okay. I'm going to mess this guy up, so long as I don't roll poorly again. Let me just make sure I find all the things. Okay. Big old greatsword swing. Heavy weapon master's applied. Psionic strike is applied. And here we go. Oh my god. That's not okay with me. So I'm going to burn my once per day human inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay, excellent.
Oh my god. I'm not okay with that, so I'm going to burn my action surge to swing 2 more freaking times.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
26 hits.
For 18. 9 of which is force. He'll have to make a concentration check if that doesn't already kill him on his Spirit Guardians, but because I'm a Mage Slayer, he has disadvantage on that saving throw.
Okay. Let's do it. I'll roll again, and we'll see if he does worse. Not worse, sorry.
Okay, well I still got one more attack. Cannot apply Psionic. Oh wait, with a Psionic Strike. I got a new thing. Let me find it. It will be in Telekinetic Adept. Down at the bottom, Telekinetic Thrust. When I deal damage to a target with my Psionic Strike, I can force them to make a Strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So I'll try and knock him prone.
Okay. I think so. To see 8 plus your intelligence. Okay, so let's see here. That's his best save.
Excellent.
I don't think that quite fits. So yeah, you hit him the right way, and he
Okay. Knock him down to the ground.
He's knocked down to the ground, so you'll have advantage on your next attack.
Perfect.
Do you want to roll one more time to crit fish? Just in case.
Right. I'm so used to advantage already being applied.
All right. Well, a 22 does connect with it. 15 additional damage. This imp seems like he's a little bit hardier than maybe some of the others, those that are armored. Doesn't quite finish him off, but he will make another save. Disadvantage this time. Look at that.
Nice. Get rid of that stupid...
He loses his concentration. Well done, Tango.
Excellent. I think I might have one more thing with my bonus action. I just need to find it. shoot. Applying a potion to another person is an action or a bonus action?
It's a bonus action, and then they just roll for it. If you do an action, then they would hit the whole thing. But
Yeah, I'll risk an attack of opportunity here to force Simon to drink a healing potion with my bonus action.
as you go away, the Bog over here goes, "Asshole!" as he tries to claw at you with his poisonous claws.
You're the asshole.
Disadvantage because he's on the ground, and he is not successful. You see these little poison-coated claws claw out towards you.
Do you want me to roll for the healing potion, or
Either of you.
I couldn't hear what you said, Simon. You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Is it 2d4 or is it 1?
Yeah. 2d4 plus 2.
Five HP back. That's something.
Puts me at 9.
All right, dang, good round. Anything else?
I have some more movement, so I'm just going to re-engage with this guy. And
Okay.
EOT.
The one that's on the ground is looking at the other one. It's like, as he points to you, and so the one that's kind of fluttering about close by looks towards you, and he takes his finger and points it away from Simon and points it at you. You being Tango.
Jesus.
He should not have advantage. So he rolled an 11. Just curious what it would have been. It would have been a 20-point crit damage. But this ray goes shooting right by you, and you see it hit into the foliage behind it, and the foliage sizzles with an immense amount of poison. It comes back hitting. It's like, which, by the way, I did figure out, and I put on these guys my crunchy crits, so it would have been that full amount. He'll reposition himself ever so slightly. That'll be his end of turn. Simon, you are still trapped. You no longer feel that poisonous affecting your body. Yeah, you're not vulnerable to poison at the moment. What do you wish to do?
All right. Well, I do a lot of fire stuff. I have a question. So, one of my spells requires a specific component worth an. It doesn't say that it's used up. So, in that instance, like, would that be an instance that I could not use the bag?
Okay, so if you have a spell component with a gold value to it, you have to have the spell component. I've said that if you have gems, you can substitute the gems for whatever. That for anything that would like take gems, so like
Check.
create undead, resurrection, those types of things. If you need a gilded skull contained inside of a crystal ball with a hag's foot dangling from the bottom of, like something really weird and specific to it, you do have to find that. And if
So
this
I
if
need
the
to
spell
find it.
if the spell consumes it, then it's a one-time use. But if it just says you need it, then it's just a material component you're essentially holding in your hand.
Cool. Okay. Well, never mind. I need a pickled tentacle and an eyeball and a platinum inlaid vial worth 400 gold. So we'll put that one on the back burner. And instead, what can I use? I'm going to fire off a mind spike. I probably fire off a mind spike.
On the one in the distance.
So, yeah, this one right here.
All right. And what was the save for that?
It is a wisdom of 16 because I'm using my sorceress. I'm going to impose disadvantage on him.
He got a 14. You still
But
want
he
to impose
failed.
disadvantage?
No, he failed. The damage? I don't know why it doesn't reach for me anymore like it used to. Weird.
Kind of depends on what you
There we
click. There
go.
you go.
So he takes 11 psychic damage.
Head. He kind of grasps his head for a second as he's fluttering about. Seems to do. You feel it impact him fully.
He cannot become hidden from me, and if he goes invisible, it gains no benefit from that against me. Is
Okay. Yep.
we are on the same. And I'm gonna take a minute and chug another potion.
All right. Now, plop another potion down. Anything else for Simon?
No. Just come on.
Gosh.
All right, so that's 4 points back. That's better than nothing.
All right. The little cleric's going to go. It's going to ride itself using half of its speed. It's going to stay within Tango's range so that it doesn't trigger opportunity attacks, but it does fly up at like head level to you, and it's like oh, it flicks you off, and you hear this dung ringing sound kind of go off in your head as he's doing that, as he's doing a poisonous Toll the Dead.
Who is that against?
That's against Tango. You save against his little Toll the Dead cantrip. With that, he looks really pissed at you, and you see him start to flutter back. And as you're ready to attack him, as he moves away, he just sort of stands there, or stands his ground. Tango, it's your turn.
Asshole to you too, buddy. And let's cut this guy down. Show him who's boss.
$17 just hits it. You feel like your weapon is scraping off of it, but at the last second you catch hold of him. And with that, the imp, you cut through it, and you just hear this like sound as he pops out of existence.
Gross. Very gross. Absolutely disgusting. Run up to this guy.
As you do, you see him kind of facing where his fellow imp was, and as soon as he pops, he's like, and then you run up to him, and he's like, he's looking at you.
Eyes here, buddy. Here comes a sword.
That will connect. So with your with your 28 damage from your blade plus your 15 necrotic damage that you will get back in temporary hit points, that does in fact make the little 10 hit point imp also pop and vanish.
Excellent.
As you guys have connected with these two, and Tango has just gone on just a spree of destruction. You look around you as the rest of the imps have been going back and forth with Phalar and Arcus, who are flinging spells at them. Phalar gives a kick to the imp that's over here, also with the surrounded with those poisonous guardians. With a kick, its chin goes up and then it pops out of existence. Arcus fires off some electricity that connects through some of them. That another imp vanishes through it, and then Darren and Parsnip are basically beating over the head the imps that are on them. Eventually, after a few moments, the party is successful in clearing out this little gaggle of imps that were trying to pester you all being a little bit poisoned, all being a little bit worse for wear, but it isn't too much for you guys to eventually overcome them.
You okay, Simon?
I need to figure out how to make myself a little more durable.
I'm supposed to help with that, but I was so shocked and amazed by that amazing spell I cast with my wand again that I forgot to protect you. So,
That's not your fault, dude.
well, I kind
Like
of
that's not
is.
that. No, like that's not all on you to do. I appreciate what you're saying. I really truly do. Um, but you are there are many different ways in which you can, I don't know, keep me safe, right?
Hmm.
And I feel like you already do an amazing job at doing that. So
I try.
yeah, I mean,
I
like,
can, but
well, but I mean, you also have to understand, like, mm, I'm a glass cannon, and you're just a cannon, and I need to figure out ways to make myself more durable so that I can also keep you safe.
I think I think at least one step I could take to just kind of help is maybe not get so distracted by this by trying to be a spellcaster, because I'm not a spellcaster. I gotta stop pretending to be. This wand has been fun, but I think maybe you should have it, because it's distracting me from the things that are really important.
Well, I mean, it's definitely helped us in the past. You've created like cover with butterflies, you've created certain things. Maybe we could use the wand and like maybe you can keep the wand and use it in more of like a trap setting ability, like if we can ambush people, right? Um,
I think that's the other problem.
it
So I
is,
don't really trust myself with it. Like I get so excited to like pull this thing right out at the start of trouble just to see what'll happen.
I mean, I'll hold on to it and I'll
Okay.
probably use it, but I already have a really good wand. And honestly, buddy, like it has come in handy. Sure, it's also made you kind of go glassy eyed occasionally, but I think it's fun when you use it. And I'm not dead. Just a little um
It was close.
tingly.
And this is just, a couple of freaking bog imps. What if it was like a bog drake or something?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
want to
I
be
mean,
distracted in something like that'll eat you in one bite.
well, I also keep forgetting. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, buddy. I keep forgetting that I have a spell to buff myself, and it's good for 8 hours, and I forget that because I've gotten so used to being around y'all. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Mage Armor real fast. Uh,
Okay,
so
there you
going
go.
forward, if we run into anything else, like within the next 8 hours, I'm covered. And now my AC is 13 plus my Dex modifier, which is 15.
That'll
So
help.
it's not a 12. But
That
those
works.
imps,
That works.
even yeah, but those imps, they were very accurate with their abilities and very smart. It's nothing against you, man. We're in a very dangerous world.
Hmm.
I think you should keep the wand. I think you should use it whenever you feel like it. It hasn't killed me yet, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't.
Okay, I'll make you a deal then. I'll hold on to it a little longer. If I use it again and something bad happens,
I'll take it away.
perfect. And I will try and help remind you with your armor spell when it seems like we might be going into somewhere dangerous.
Yeah. Gotta be honest. I completely forgot I had it. And there have been some times when I've had the shit kicked out of me, and I still forgot that I had it. Watching Arcus, I remember I saw him do it, and then I was like, yeah, I have that ability.
Well, all right. We'll just keep watching over each other's backs. We got this.
Heck yeah, and I'll put out my I'll put my arm up to do a fist bump.
Yeah, I'll fist bump you.
And that kills me.
Simon, no.
How did my HP reset?
So I think I thought you had 30 before. So let's just do this. Do me a favor and roll 7d6. Excuse me. Roll 6d6. Okay. Shit. Well, I was hoping to see better than that. The point is, I have you guys can roll, and if you get higher than average, you take the higher, otherwise you take average. You got one extra one with a 5 there, so at least give yourself one extra hit point. Again, I could have sworn you already had 30. Like if you had rolled higher than that, if you find any proof that you did, by all means do it. But yeah, you're right. It is 30 with 0 con sorcerer. So at the very least, it'll give you 31. But you can check to see if you ever rolled for him previously. But at the very least, roll going forwards to see if you get above a 4. If not, take a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I was mathing it. You're a squishy little guy.
Yeah, I am a glass cannon.
Yeah, Darren is fully HP based, and he's got 3 times your hit points.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if he had 90.
Yeah. Well, I feel like having a lower party was definitely helpful in this case. I was thinking this is going to be a very fast but deadly encounter with multiple clerics with the stacking the poisonous spirit guardians and imps focusing on one person, giving them the experience that Simon had. That could have been really, really dangerous. But I'm glad you guys made it through without too much trouble.
Yeah, I could have handled it.
Yeah.
I was ready to take them all on.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Simon was not.
Simon would have really had some trouble there, but yes, I bet Tango could have taken them. But with that, you guys look off again a little bit to your northwest, and you make out some buildings and some structures several hundred feet away from you.
Right. I also see some flowers poking about. Any of these happen to be lotus, honey lotus?
They do not.
Okay.
Yeah, black lotus honey is what you're looking for, and unfortunately, you don't see any honey.
Gotcha. So it's not even a flower I'm looking for. God. I don't even know what I'm looking for. Alright. Buildings. That must be formerly a Shannon Estuary. Now a bog.
I just gotta find a whale.
just a well. That's all you need at this point.
No time like the present.
All right.
Oh,
You
I'll
guys,
cut Simon free of his net. Looks like he's still in there.
Oh yeah.
He is. All right. You guys continue on, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's okay, I'm gonna take a short rest.
You're just going to plop down right into the swamp after being attacked by the imps, being close to town?
Oh well, if we're close, never mind. For some reason, I thought we were gonna get back on the horses, but they are probably gone.
They would still kind of be there. They don't just poof. So you guys could, in theory, hop back on your horses and ride them into town.
Sure.
Though you can see from your current vantage that the town, it looks like it is in a bog. All of the buildings seem to be damaged. Even from your 500-600 feet away, you can clearly see that water is lapping up against the bottom of the buildings, maybe up above them ever so slightly. Not above the buildings, but like above the bottom of the building. It doesn't look pretty from where you are.
What is going on?
So I'm just giving you the chance to decide if you wish to continue forward or not. It seems like you want to, but it also sounds like you want to rest. So I just want to make sure I know what it is you want to do.
Yeah, I say let's go ahead and keep moving.
All right. It's maybe Parsnip or Phalar might be able to hit you with a little healing spell on the way.
Maybe. Baylor also is a little
I
rough.
think we could probably do that. Why am I missing somebody? I'm having the worst brain fart. I'm missing a player token and I don't know which one it is and I can't figure it out.
Whoever's over here.
I'm on a different map, that's why. Hold on. Who am I missing?
Arcus?
Oh, I'm missing Simon. I looked at him 5 times.
It's just
That's okay. He's tiny. He's easy to miss. Unless you're an imp. In which case, apparently, he's super easy to hit.
Spells. Oh, he would have had. So yeah, we'll just say that Parsnip will give you a cure wounds. We'll do it 2 times because they already had 2 first level spells checked off. So you get 20 hit points.
Jesus. Yeah, that takes me almost to full. That's like 2 away from being full.
All right, and you guys make your way into town. A little slower this time. Phantom horses carry you in and sort of fiddle out and fade away as you approach the town, as Arcus kind of dismisses them so you don't try to navigate these fast little horses as you approach the town. And again, as you approach this kind of murky, boggy water, you're immediately greeted with buildings that have broken and are partially submerged in the water. There's a smell that hits your nose. This is you were just in a town filled with undead, and it didn't quite have this kind of an odor to it. But this does kind of bring this smell of bog water and decomposition, and it's all just kind of hitting you as you are approaching this little town.
It smells gross.
yeah. There's something about this whole region of Drellin that feels extra damp and decay-like. It's gross. And my feet are always wet.
Count your blessings, it's just your feet. Like, I'm up to my calf here.
True. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm kind of used to it. Although I'm probably going to have to check myself for slugs. Or not slugs, leeches.
You approach a little bit, and as you're stepping in, your feet are going in and out of mud. This is all difficult terrain. Parsnip seems to be the only one that's not really too affected by it. They seem to be able to kind of glide through without too much trouble. And as you start going through a couple of buildings, you can't help but overhear, not too far away from you, something along the lines of as you hear humming close by.
Great. What's with creepy places and people with creepy music?
I don't know. It doesn't sound too creepy, does it?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just any music in like an abandoned place is mildly creepy.
I mean, that's fair. But to be a source. And maybe we'll get lucky, and maybe it's,
I think I see him over there.
You see off near a building, kind of perched on a tree stump, what appears to be potentially a tiefling, similar to Arcus. Very bright red skin, some tattoos along their face, fairly flamboyant clothes, large horns curling back around their head, hair almost permed, you would say. Clearly a very charismatic soul, kind of perched, like I said, on this tree stump, and he's not really looking at you immediately, but as you kind of turn around the corner, his eyes slowly kind of roll over towards you, and he just continues humming along.
Interesting. Have we seen this individual before?
Not to your recollection, no.
Okay.
It's not the tiefling we met first time.
The one I'm thinking of, I think, is the one we identified as Kothar.
Yeah.
Similar color, but I think different. I guess this guy just likes humming in bogs, so let's go have a look around.
You see him kind of checking his nails, kind of wiping on them as he's humming along. And as the group approaches, he seems to kind of look over each of you with a little bit of a grin, and his mouth widens a little bit with a smile. And you can see he's got slightly elongated, like canine teeth, as he gives a bit of a toothy grin, and his eyes seem to lock on Phalar. You look to Phalar and say, you were the one out there singing and dancing with the little imps, weren't you? And with Phalar not here, I'm going to go ahead and say this is a good time to call it, as this is an interaction that I've specifically got planned for a bard.
Fair enough.
Nice. Okay.
Awesome.
I didn't die.